game hunting of modern warfare. Tank destroyers are the best tools for the job. But men alone with the proper weapons can be very effective and very deadly. Tanks look tough, and they are. But there's no tank that can't be knocked for a loop by a tank hunter if he has guts and knows how to do the job. Speedy piece of machinery, isn't it? But you'll seldom find a tank tearing along like this, except in punched-up newsreels or Hollywood comedies. Actually, going across country, a tank sometimes gets up to 15 miles an hour. But 8 or 9 miles an hour, like this, is usually tops. In battle, a tank doesn't have things all its own way. It gets kicked around by the terrain. It's slowed down by gullies and trees. It has to fight its way through swamps and thickets. And it has to batter and grope its way through and around 1,000 obstacles. Buttoned up, a tank is 9/10 blind. Plant yourself in the driver's seat and take a look. And this is what it sounds like with the engines turning over. 9/10 blind and stone deaf. A variety of weapons, from machine guns to cannon, is mounted in the revolving turret. Tank hunters, get this. It's perhaps the most important thing for you to remember. When that turret swings, the guns inside it are fixed and have to swing with it. If the turret is pointing to the left, it can only fire to the left. So this tank can't fire in all directions at the same time. And even with a power-driven turret, it takes a few seconds to turn from one side to the other. Those few seconds are all a skillful tank hunter needs to get in close without coming under fire. Any area not covered by fire at a particular time, or that can't be covered by fire, is called dead space. The guns on a tank can't be depressed far enough to cover the ground close into the tank. Still another mechanical weakness of tanks is that the maximum elevation of their guns is only about 25 degrees. Therefore, they can't hit any close-in targets that are above this highest line of fire. For example, men on the roof of a nearby house. Every tank has vulnerable spots. First of all, remember exposed personnel. They're easy targets when tanks aren't buttoned up. Periscopes, gun sights, and other vision devices are also weak spots. To smash tanks on foot, you've got to know your weapons and how to use them. Here are some of them: anti-tank mines, smoke grenades, and the rocket grenade with the rocket launcher, out of which it's fired. The members of this tank hunting team are armed with carbines. They're handy weapons against vision devices. Small arms fire will make tanks button up fast. Sometimes a lucky hit on the turret ring will jam the turret, but you can't count on that. This rocket grenade is walking death, and every tanker has a healthy respect for one of them. Here's a solid slab of steel, over 2 inches thick. Behind it is a silhouette target. Here's where that grenade hit. And here's where it came out. It'll penetrate most tank armor and do this to the men inside. That salt and pepper effect was made by fragments of white-hot steel. Another weapon of the tank hunter is the smoke grenade. It's especially handy in an ambush. With it, you can blind a tank and then put in the knockout blow. But remember, smoke is tricky. You've got to practice with it to get the best results. And when you use it, you really have to watch the way the wind blows. You can think up a dozen new ones if you put your mind to it. The important thing is to remember the tank's limitations. Memorize its weak spots. Know the weapons you have to use and how to use them. And above all, remember your mission as a tank hunter. Whether you hunt from a destroyer or on foot, seek, strike, destroy.